Well, I recently had some of these wonderful chocolates bought for me, and it isn't sponsored by Ferrero Rocher. I so wish it was, because they are my favourite chocolates. And they come in these plastic boxes, and I don't want to waste this plastic box because I think that would be a real shame to waste it, because there's a lot of plastic there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can turn it into a jewellery box. Before I do that, I'm going to give this a bit of a wash up. It's got a bit sticky on it, and all I'm going to do is wash it in some washing up liquid and some warm water. It would be much easier if they were to put this as a sticky label or something that you could take off easier, but I really don't think these companies think about people wanting to upcycle their products. But it is coming off with this little green cloth. So that's removed that completely. Now what I'm going to do is wash this up and make sure it's all lovely and clean all over. And the next stage is to make this less see-through and more opaque, translucent. And how I'm going to do that is by using some acetone. Be careful when you use this. Work in a well ventilated area, wear a mask, and make sure that you've got extraction on. If you don't want to use acetone, then what I would suggest you use is some sandpaper and rub it down with a fine grip. But this works really well. So I've got my mask on. All I'm doing is putting some acetone into there and then taking a paintbrush, and what I'm doing is rubbing that acetone all the way along this plastic, and then after a couple of seconds I'm just going to put it back in the water to get rid of that acetone and stop it doing what it was doing. I'm sounding like this because I've got a mask on, of course. That's all done, and give it a nice clean, and as you can see, we've got a really good opaque colour going on. Before I do anything else to it, I want to personalise this a little bit by using a monogram that I've cut out on the Cricut, and then I'm going to do the next part of it as well, and that just says SM Steve McDonald. I want to make sure that it is well put down for the next stage. Already that's starting to look nicer. And the next thing I want to do is put some of this holographic paper over the top of this. Unfortunately, because this is a square pot, it's not going to cover the whole thing in one sheet, and I certainly don't want a join in it. So I'm going to try and get the same amount of space all the way around. And the other thing is, I want to try and put this on without having any bubbles in it whatsoever, and that is going to be a little bit more difficult. So what I'm going to do first is just give it a quick spray with some soapy water, and that will allow me to stick this down much easier, like that. Then go over it with a dampish sponge, push it right the way down, and it should allow all those bubbles to come out. And now I'm going to go round and allow that to get on there and stick on there. All I'm doing is pushing all the water out that is on there, in there and under there, until that is completely stuck down. And now, as you can see, we've got a really pretty holographic lid with that emblem still on it. There we go. So that's all done, and I've also put a bit on the inside as well for when you open it. I don't need to do this bit because there's something else is going to go on there. And what I'm going to do is cut out a piece of card the same size of this insert that came with the Ferrero Rocher tin. So all I've done is drawn around that, and now I'm going to cut that out. But I want it to be slightly smaller than this, so I'm going to cut on the inside of each of these actual bits here, just by about 3 mil on each side. We'll just check that's going to fit in there with a gap around it, and it is. And I don't want rounded corners, I want square corners, and you'll see why in a second. I've got some scrap here, black crushed velvet or artificial velvet, that I'm also going to cover this in. Now I'm going to make sure I don't want too much material around the edge of this because I don't want it to be too bulky. So I'm going to use my ruler. That is the amount that I'm going to want around each piece. I mean, you use any material you've got at hand. If you've got jean or anything, old tablecloth, whatever you've got, that'll work just as well on this. So that's all cut out. Then before I do that, what I want to do is put some padding on this. I don't want it too thick, but I've got some wadding here that I use for lots of different things, and that I think is going to be probably thick enough. So let's put that on there and then cut that out. Yeah, that just gives it enough padding there. Although this is quite thin, I think I'll probably do 2 layers of that because it is quite a thin wadding. And I will link everything I've got in the description below and everything that I use in the description below. So if you haven't got it and you want to get hold of it, it's really easy for you to get hold of. And now I'm just going to roughly attach this to this cardboard using my hot glue gun. Just a quick thank you to all the people that got me a coffee last month. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It is you people that allows me to live my best life and to be able to do this sort of stuff and make things and buy stuff. So thank you so much. And everybody's names who bought me a coffee are coming up now. So if you want your name on my coffee board, the link's in the description. So all I'm going to do now is pop some glue on here. I only want it to stay on here while I'm covering it. So I can get that, line that up like that. And stick that on. Trim up any excess that I've got where I didn't cut it very neat. And now I can put it on here and then get this ready as well. What I'm going to do is, now I'm no upholsterer, absolutely. I'm just going to cut these corners off, leaving a little gap there. Can you see? All the way around and all the corners because I want to get rid of that bulk. Push this down and now I can pull this over and glue this onto here. All I'm doing now is going all the way around, pulling that not too tight, but tight-ish onto there. Now all we have to do is check that that fits in there. And it does, fits in there really well. And I'll take that out because I don't want to stick that in there yet and put that somewhere safe. The next thing I'm going to do is reinforce this lid because I'm going to put some hinges on it. All I've got is some square dowel. It comes really cheaply and I've just cut it down, but I don't want it to be the wood colour. I'm going to paint that with Arteza iridescent fiery red. And now I'm going to glue these onto the lid. Now they've dried, I'm going to be using a all-purpose Yoo-hoo glue and covering it over the wood like this and then leaving it to dry for about 5 minutes before I stick it on. And I'm also going to put some glue onto this plastic as well and do the same thing. Now be careful because some glues can melt your plastic similar to the acetone did. So that's been there for about 5 minutes now and I can push those together and I want to line that up with the edge of that where that clipped into the box. I'm going to use just a couple of clamps on this, not overly tight. Leave that on there for probably 20 minutes and then I can take it off and that should be stuck on there really well. So I've now glued those on there and they're stuck on really well. And what I'm going to do is just quickly reinforce the back of this one ready for putting my hinges on. I'm going to use exactly the same method, but before I do that, what I'm going to do is glue this cushion down. And all I'm going to use for this is a little bit of hot glue and then push that into place. And then glue this on back here exactly the same way as I've done these ones. So now they're all glued on, I can put the hinges on and that's really easy to do. All I have to do is measure where I want those hinges to be. And I'm going to do that by eye. Line them up like that and then put a little dot in where each of the screws is going to go. Then using my Dremel, all I need to do is drill through those holes. What that would all do is this will stop the plastic cracking and it gives the hinges something to actually bind onto. I've already done this one and it is just literally a case now of putting those screws in there and they go in fairly easily. So we've got the hinges on the box and because we've got the rim that goes all the way around this box, then it'll open up really easily and then just shut together like that. And now all I want to do is put some of this trim around it as well, just to give it that extra bit of sparkle. And this stuff is so cheap to buy. And I'm going to glue this on using exactly the same method as I used to glue the actual doweling on the inside as well. Well, you may have noticed this has changed quite dramatically. And that's because when I came in last night to have a bit of a tidy up, I saw this and I thought, do you know what? I don't like that opaqueness. I think it would look nicer with the black covering. So I took the stuff off, give it a prime with some black paint, and now what I'm going to do is give it a last coat of this iridescent black paint by Arteza. I think this is going to look nicer. I just didn't like the finish on the other one. For some reason, at night, it didn't look as good. So giving this its last coat, what I'll do is then I'll let this dry, put that holographic vinyl back on and my logo back on, and then go from there. This is all finished now. I've put my little gems all around the edge. I much prefer it now. It's black. What do you think? These are the stick-on trims that you can get. I will link them in the description below as well, and you can still see my monogram in the middle there. Saying SM, and it gives a great finish. It also clips up nicely. What I might do is take this to a craft show with me and have some jewellery in it for sale, really, like that. Simple, really easy way of upcycling a plastic box which would normally go into landfill. I hope you've enjoyed this project as much as I've enjoyed doing it. I love upcycling and recycling. Boot that like button if you've enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to leave me a comment. Check out the video that's coming up right now as well. I think you'll like that one. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.